So if you're a real rational, scientific type person out there who still thinks it's a globe, please get in touch. No these gimpy morons that are online. The other challenge to any of these globe disciples: can you scale model me your globe? Can you scale model me just an aspect of your globe, a portion? You know, because if it's real, if it is really real, you can downscale it and you can represent it as it actually is. And I'm not fucking about here, people. You show me anything that's real that cannot be demonstrated in a scaled fashion. Show me something. There isn't anything. Anything that is real, part of your objective reality, can be demonstrated in a practical fashion, whether it be, you know, in its actual scale form or scaled down. Okay, so I'll give you a wee example of what I'm talking about here. It's the size of 2 basketball courts. I wonder if the basketball courts are curving. Highly doubt it. Is it me, or is it in the real world of construction and actual practical reality that we build things plumb level and square to each other? Yes, I think that's the reality.
Start building in Lego. First, we need to put up a huge plinth, perfectly flat and level. Otherwise, all we will do is produce a latter-day biblical parable about the Lego house built on sand.
The simple sensation of pressing Lego bricks together. This is a joy that simply never diminishes.
And it's now time to prove that a house really could be built with nothing more than bricks designed to come apart. No glue, no wood, just Lego.
Lego is also an unerring mathematical model and a handy tool for town planners. It is the world's premier rapid-fire, reusable constructional medium.
Right, this first course of bricks are special ones with cutouts designed to sit over these wooden battens to keep the whole thing square and stop the house sliding around on top of its plinth here. That's the special corner piece. These are laid down in a line. Nothing's actually joined yet. Big bricks made out of small bricks.
This truly is how all houses should be built. Our big brick scheme means the walls are quite literally leaping up at an astonishing rate.
Because you don't have to mix mortar, you don't have to line things up with a spirit level and a piece of string, this is actually much quicker.
This has been twisted down at the base and that's projected all the way up and has caused this fracture here. Now the further you go up the building, there's a chance that it might start magnifying, but I'll have to address that when it comes to it.
The long and short of it is that the doorway is now not level. In normal building we could patch this up with plaster, but Lego is a precise engineering material made to a tolerance of 0.02 of a millimetre.
Just hold that on there. Would you be happy with that as a level?
Yeah, the lintel's pretty straight, but it's still, it's got a little bit, but it's a lot better than it was.
Builders call this making good, or bodging. Still, Vic has been responsible for some very large buildings in his time, and none of them has fallen down yet.
And even in this model, we could dig this out and we could put liquid in it. And because we know the model is all level, the liquid would sit there nicely, representing reality as it actually is. Because again, if it's real, you can demonstrate.
Visitor Center, where you have a chance to see the only operational hydraulic working model in the United States today. And all the tests of his theory and his idea, it was summarily rejected. Fortunate for all of us, or we probably wouldn't have a San Francisco Bay today. After the construction of the model, it was used as a scientific operational research test facility from 1954 until January of 2000. Scientists could predict impacts on oil spills, major storms, but mostly the impact of man-made projects on any part of the shoreline. The San Francisco Bay model represents about 1,600 square miles of land and water resources, about 70 miles inland from the coast of California. It's calibrated and how it operates. The horizontal scale of the model is 1,000 to 1. So for every 1,000 feet underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, 1 foot in the model. The vertical scale is 100 to 1. So for every 100 feet underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, 1 foot down in the model.
Scale model tests right here.
Scale model tests. Does anybody think that that pool that they're using there represents a curvy ocean? Scale model of how it actually is, using real substance. I think you get the gist. So challenge to the globe gobblers of the world, the pseudoscientist extraordinaire Gema Society. Why can you not demonstrate in a scaled fashion your absurd claims and silly assertions and idiotic beliefs? Huh? Why is it you only have gimps using sophistry, taking photographs over straight out observations, playing on optical phenomena, trying to convince people that that's some sort of measured science? People say, what do you mean by practical demonstrations, and how do you know water's flat? Bodies of liquid, when water collects in a pool, it will be level from one point to the other. If it's not, the water will flow away. That's reality. I'm sick of playing with these muppets now. Right? They've got absolutely nothing, and nothing's going to come. The sooner people realise that, the better. Right? That's what the song's about. Commit. Commit to the actual objective world. Never mind sophistry and people trying to skew and confuse you with optical phenomena. The substance known as water doesn't lie. The world of construction is no telling you lies. The real world is no a conspiracy. The real world doesn't require gamer morons with whiteboards and idiocy to represent it. No words are required. Why can none of them give us any practical demonstration of their absurd, silly assertions? It's because it's not real. If it was real, you would be able to demonstrate it. Language is not real. People drawing on whiteboards doesn't prove anything. That's no reality. Again, the real world's not trying to deceive you. Men and institutions through TV screens are trying to deceive you. So, is every construction worker, engineer, architect in the world lying? I don't bloody well think so. A minority of moronic institutions are telling big fucking porky pies. You do not live on a pressurised rock zipping about a vacuum. Another absurdity. Is there any real practical person out there who is really going to assert that you can maintain a pressurised environment in a medium that is a vacuum? Or any other medium for that matter? No, it's not going to happen. So again, we're dealing with the difference between real, tangible, real practical, real world demonstrations and understanding of real physics, no astrophysics, real world physics that tell you and everybody else beyond any shadow of a doubt that you're not living where they're professing you live. But people are in confusion because of what they're seeing on a TV screen, and it's absolutely absurd. No tolerance for any of these people anymore. It's time this was wrapped up and put to fucking bed. Get real. Flat Earth is just a title I adopted. I do not support or propose any flat model. No cartoon ideas or images of what flat means. The world is demonstrably a level plane. What the full dimensions are unknown to me. and I don't profess to know. Anybody that is professing to know is a liar. Muddying the waters with cartoons. What's required right now is that us as a species pull together in a scientific endeavour to establish the objective world that we all share. What is the full dimensions? Why are we having restricted areas? What are these restricted areas? Why do we not have free access to them? Who has the right to claim authority over anybody? Who has the right to dictate where you, I, or anybody else is allowed to go? Where are they getting that authority? These are the questions that need to be asked. Because as far as I can tell, they're not getting it from anywhere. The only place they're getting it is from your consent. Because you don't think there's anything to discover. Because you're on a circle. Going round and round on your circle. An absurd nonsense circle. Challenge for the globe. Scale model your idiotic claims. Demonstrate them. You can't. I'm going to demonstrate how I can scale down any aspect of reality and fucking show you. Using the actual elements. No excuses allowed. If it's real, you can demonstrate it. You can scale it, it represents the macro. You can't scale it. Your representation of the macro is a bullshit fairy tale. So keep up your sophistry about your straight-out observations and optical phenomena and bare-faced lying. You're going to get found out. All you people are going to start feeling the pinch. All these patsies online, fight the flat earth, and the rest of the gamer gimp crew. It's closing in on these boys. Time for bigger nappies, methinks. You made your fucking bed, and you will lie on it. It's not going to last, lads. It's closing in on yous. The ones who have hidden their faces are a wee bit smarter than you. I'm not saying anything bad's going to come of you, but you're going to be known as somebody who tried to stand in the way of real truth. Your globe's a cartoon. It's over. Dead. End of. No going back. No putting it back in the bag. No amount of tantrums and crying and moaning and hit piece videos are ever going to change that. Sorry.
How could a simple plastic brick become such a force for good in the world?